Hi, in this video I'll explain Gitk, a built-in Git repository browser. So let's get started by opening Gitk. Beforehand I prepared a very simple project that we can use. So let's open Git bash in our project. To open Gitk we can just type in Gitk and an ampersand symbol. This ampersand symbol ensures that the Gitk window is opened in a separate process from the Git bash window. That way we can continue entering new commands in Git bash. Also, this command will just show us the history of the currently checked out branch called new functions. If we want to show the history of all branches, we can use the option called all. But for the purposes of this video, this is not needed. So let's launch Gitk with the basic command. The UI consists of several sections. The upper section just contains the commits in our project. This central section just has a bunch of options that we can use. This section on the right has all the files that have been changed in the selected commit here. And the section on the left has a bunch of information about the selected commit. For example, we can see who is the author and the committer of the commit, and which commit is the parent or the child of the selected commit. We can also see in which branch the commit belongs to and which tag the commit follows or precedes. Below this we have the commit message. Below the commit message we can see all the changes that have been made in, for example, main.c file. The lines that have been added to that file are painted green, and they have this plus sign on the left. Also, if a line has been removed, it will be colored red and the minus sign will be on its left side. Now let's take a closer look at this upper section. It has 3 columns. In the first column we have commit messages and a bunch of rectangles and dots that have different colors. And I will explain those in just a moment. The second column has the name and the email address of the committer, and the third column has the date and time of the commit. So let's get back to our colored rectangles. The local branch names are in the green colored rectangles, like this new functions and master branches. The remote branches are in the mixed orange and green rectangles, like this and this. The tags have yellow backgrounds. The yellow dot means that the head currently points at this commit. We can also list all of these references by going to File, List References, and now we can select them and jump around. We can also search for a specific reference, for example by typing in master. This is very useful if you want to find a specific reference in a large project. Now let's focus on this central section of Gitk. The first field is the unique hash that each commit has. We can jump to a specific commit if we copy its hash and then paste it here. And now just click on Go To, and then we jump to that commit. Next we have the back button and the forward button. And they work exactly as you expect. We can also find a specific keyword in a commit. For example, if I type in here the keyword function, we can then find the commit that contains the keyword function. We will ignore the case and we will search for all fields: the headline, comments, author, and committer. I can now hit enter, and the Gitk highlights all the occurrences of our keyword. We can jump around the commits with the arrows. We can also search the diff of our commits. So if I type in here printf, we can jump to all the occurrences of the printf keyword. On the bottom we have a bunch of buttons. So the first button is just the diff button, and it will show us both the old and the new version of our file. If we select the old version, it will just show the old version, and if we select the new version, it will just show us the new version. We can also increase the lines of context. Here we have 3 lines of context, these lines, and we can, for example, increase them to 5. We can also ignore space changes. So, for example, if we don't want to show the deletion of this white space, we can just select this option, ignore space change. We can also modify how the changes are shown in the diff view. So if we select the line diff, every individual line will be shown. But if we select markup words or color words, the changes are shown in line. With the 2 buttons on the right, we can switch between the tree mode and the patch mode. We use the patch mode through this whole tutorial, but with the tree mode, we can see all the contents of the files that are in a selected commit. The last thing to cover is the context menu that we get when we right-click on a commit in this upper section. So we can see that we have a bunch of new options that we can use, so let's go through all of them. First, we can diff this commit to the selected commit. Let's select that. And we can see that a bunch of lines are added between those 2 commits. We can also go in the other direction by selecting diff the selected commit to this commit. Okay, so the same lines are changed, but this time they are removed instead of added. The third option is that we can make a patch. Let's select that, and we will make a patch from this commit to this commit. Click on generate. Let's see what we get. And we get the patch between those 2 commits, and you can send this to someone so they can see all the changes that you've made. The next option is that we can create a tag. Let's create a tag here. Let's name it version 1.1. Okay, so now it's added. We can copy a commit summary. It just copies the commit hash, the commit message, and the date. The next option is that we can write an entire commit to file. Let's see what we get. Okay, this is the entire commit. We can also create a new branch. Let's create a new branch here, and let's name it new tutorial branch. And we made a new local branch. We can also switch between branches in Gitk by right-clicking on a branch and selecting check out this branch. We can also rename, remove, or copy the branch. Let's select checkout. And we are now at the master branch, which is symbolized by the bold letters. Next up is that we can cherry pick a commit. So let's add this commit to the master branch. Let's right click and select cherry pick this commit. And now this added some new function commit is at the master branch, added some new function. So they are the same. We can reload the entire Gitk by going to File and selecting Reload. And now we can see exactly where our master branch is. We can also reset a branch to a specific commit. So let's, for example, reset this master branch to this commit. When we do this, we will delete this upper commit. Now let's right click and select Reset Master Branch to here. Discard all local changes, hit OK. And let's go to File and Reload. And we can see that the upper commit is now gone. Let me now quickly check out to the new functions branch. Let's hit reload again. And let's see what we can do with the option mark this commit. Let's select it. We can see that the commit message now has a black border. The next option is that we can return to the marked commit. And we can also find the descendant commit of this commit and the marked commit. So the descendant is the commit that is marked. We can also compare a commit with the marked commit. So let's compare these two commits. And we can see all of their differences here. We also have the option to diff this commit to the marked and vice versa, but I already explained those options right here. Let's now try to revert a commit. Let's revert all the changes that we've made in this commit. Let's right click and select revert this commit. And now all the changes from this commit are reverted in this commit. Okay, this is all for this video. Please give it a like if it helped you, subscribe if you like to see more content like this in the future, and I'll see you in the next one.